spouse is here. Okay. First, for those of you watching on YouTube, I would like to clarify, I am not a preacher. I'm not a minister. I'm not a justice of the peace. And I don't want to be. Okay? But the thing is, guys, our wives have to know that they can trust us in all things. They have to. They have to. Okay? And we need to know, man, that we can rely on our wives in all things. We have to. So, I need y'all to face each other. Women, I'd like you to stick your hands out, palms up. And men, I'd like you to put your hands on top of theirs, palms down. You can go ahead and touch them. It's okay. You can hold hands if you like. Guys, repeat after me. The men. You ready? You are my wife. And I love you. There's nothing more important to me. Because I love you. Your most insignificant thought has a greater value to me than all of my possessions. Women, y'all ready? This is where it's about to start getting intense. Y'all ready? Okay, women, look your husbands in the eye. Keep holding hands. Look your husbands in the eye. You ready? Repeat after me. I am your wife. There's nothing more important. In all things I trust you. In all things I believe in you. In my hands is the survivability, the happiness, the joy, and the health of our children and our grandchildren. And I place that trust into you. I give that burden to you. And you ready? Get back at your wives. Repeat after me. I am your husband. And I accept that responsibility with the full understanding that nothing is more important to me than our children's health, life, happiness, and survivability. This day and every day after, I vow to love you, to have faith in you, to care for you more than I did the day before. Now kiss your wife. Let's get back to our class. You're queasy. Come on. There's a reason for this, guys. Okay? And the reason is this. You don't know what tomorrow brings. I do. Y'all will by the end of the class. But there is quickly approaching the day. The clock is running out. And again, at the end of the day, we'll talk about it. Roll out this class past the break. There's quickly coming a time, though, where we will have to rely on each other. It's no longer, well, if you take the day off from work, we won't have that extra money to put into our vacation fund to take the kids to Disney World next Christmas. It's no longer about, well, you know, you went out and spent $800 on a new gun. Why can't I spend $400 at the shopping mall? It's not about that anymore. We're coming to a time very soon where we have to rely on every resource at our disposal. And there is no greater resource than our family. And guys, I'm telling you, when the Schumer hits the fan, you're 200 miles from home. Here are the statistics for you. Let's kind of divert for a second. We'll run a little bit later on this class. Here's some statistics for you. You can only walk as fast as the slowest person with you. The average family of 4, a husband, a wife, 2 children, 1 boy, 1 girl, little Susie, little John. The average family of 4 can travel 7.5 miles a day without depleting their internal resources. Meaning, if you're surviving off of minimal amounts of food and water, to avoid reaching the point where you start to dehydrate because you're consuming too much of your internal natural resources, or start to starve to death where your body starts to consume itself. You don't want to exert more energy than traveling an average of 7.5 miles a day. Meaning, if you work 1 hour drive from home on the interstate, average interstate speed limit is 70 miles an hour, you are a 10-day walk from home. Think about that one for a second. If I'm 8 hours from home, I am 3 months walking to get home. And I point that out because of this. Remember the United Nations report we talked about earlier? Society ending events, the first 180 days. Here's some scary aspects of that report. If you're on the road walking more than 5 days, you have a 20% chance of being involved in a violent encounter with somebody else. 20% chance. At 7 days, those odds go up to over 60% chance. At 10 days, there is a 100% chance that on your journey home, you're going to be involved in a violent altercation with somebody. Now, anybody here Navy SEAL? No? Okay. Anybody here Special Forces in any way, shape, or form? No? Okay. Anybody here karate master? Taekwondo? No? Three-gun shooter? Do we have anybody here that has special skills to the point and special training to the point where they know for a fact that no matter what they ever encounter in a violent altercation, because they've been in so many violent altercations, they're going to survive? Anybody? There we go. For the rest of you, check this out. At some point in time, odds are greater than 75%. How do I get to that number? You're on the road for more than 10 days. There's a 100% chance you're going to be involved in a violent encounter. It's you and your spouse. There's a 50-50 chance one of you is going to get hurt. Since there's two of you, it means there's a 25% chance one of you is going to get hurt. Which means, average guy being the type they are, they're going to try to protect their wives and be the one engaged in the violent encounter, is faces 75% chance of being involved in a violent encounter, which they're going to get hurt. Everybody follow the math? Okay. But that being said, if you survive that encounter, you got to have somebody you can rely on. Once you get home, and the guys are focused on security, why? Because it's the men's job, right? We have to make sure that somebody else takes care of the other stuff. And I'm not going to say that it's woman. I would never do that. Ever. My wife would kill me. But let's face it, my wife focuses on the things that I don't even think about. That's why we make such a good team. I don't think about when I need toilet paper, our toilet paper holder has a little spike next to it and holds 3 rolls. When I run out of toilet paper, I get another roll. Right? If it's not there, I open the cabinet, there's plenty of toilet paper there. 25 years of marriage. One time I went to her and said, hey, just want to let you know that magic cabinet that holds all the toilet paper, it's only got one left. 25 years of marriage, I only had to do it once. I go to Walmart, I don't think about, hey, do I need toilet paper? Let me go get some. I got a magic cabinet that never empties. Right? So it's not that it's women's work and men's work, but when you stop and think about it, men are focused on what men are focused on, and that's providing for and protecting our family. We don't think about the other stuff. Fortunately, we have wives that think about the stuff that we don't. That's why we make a good couple, good relationship. When we face a society and event where you are working from can to can, sun up to sundown and then some, you guys know that the stuff you need is going to be taken care of. The only way you can do that is develop that relationship now. I know this hour for some of y'all seemed a little hokey. I'm okay with that. Because for the rest of y'all, you're understanding one very vital, important thing. Your survivability depends solely on your spouse. 100%. And vice versa. So we'll take a quick break because we ran out of time. When we come back, we're going to be talking about some do-it-yourself projects. 2 minutes, that's it.